like an Elsa dress, but slutty.
Okay, so the Prince of Frost walks in wearing an Elsa dress with slide.
Yes, let it go.
That's what I want.
All right.
Okay.
Back there,
yeah.
I'm Mr. White Christmas.
He's dressed like what's his Mr. Frost from Cold Miser. Yeah, he's dressed like Cold Miser. All right. So you guys,
Cold Miser.
He does now. So you all hear the announcement that the Prince of Frost is here, and you turn to look and you see like the 3 doorway entrance, the arched doorways, is just like a smattering of frost that is eating up the side of the walls around him, and it's like glittering in the candlelight. And he is standing there, his tall form with his pale bluish white skin, his long kind of white hair, and he's not wearing his black armor. He is wearing a very kind of soft bluish navy, like half coat, like one of those waistcoats that comes here and then has a clasp and then goes to tails. And he's wearing like not a kilt, but like a split, like it's pants, but then it also has like a skirt component to it, and a large medallion on his chest. And he's not wearing a shirt under his waistcoat, so his skin is like giving off this like frosty sheen, like around the chest area, around that stone. And he walks in, and everyone is kind of paying him attention in the retinue, probably no more or no less than you all are. But at the exact same moment, there is a flash of flame at the head of the table, and you all turn to see Thalindra, her 7 foot tall self. The best like direct comparison would be like Jessica Rabbit, like dress, like that, a tight bodice,
I
gripping.
couldn't get Elsa dress, but you give
Jessica Rabbit.
I
like
see it.
a close bodice dress, like very tight fitting with a very high cut waist seam, and then it sparkles and shines in the light. But you can see that each of those sparkles is itself like a magical rune, and they're dancing across the dress as she goes. Her hair is kind of in a half updo, and the flames are kind of rising off, and the embers floating off just like they would be from a candlelight. And she, like the moment she appears, everyone's attention is drawn away from the Prince of Frost. And it wouldn't take a lot for Kieran to recognize in the state of decorum that the Prince of Frost arrived at the exact moment before Thalindra did, and it seems as if Thalindra arrived to steal his thunder. And everyone immediately goes, she goes, yes, welcome everyone to the table. Our special guest, and she references the chair at one end of the table as she goes to the head, and one of the gold-skinned individuals pulls her chair out for her, and she sits down, and she says, and of course, as it is always, of course, polite, the witch visiting or in witch in training Andalusite, you and your retinue will sit here next to me. And she references the chairs nearest her as the other individuals of the retinue and entourage begin to fill in. So where you guys are sitting, you are close enough to have a conversation with the Prince of Frost, but not close enough that you are right next to him, as he is kind of at one end of the table. Yeah, go ahead, Lucky.
And I do an insight check on Prince of Frost and see if he one recognizes us, remembers us, cares about us. 2, if he seems at all interested in this, like maybe he's like, oh, the bitch is holding the world seed. Like, is that the vibe?
Yeah, go ahead.
Right now. Okay, great. Set that, and I have to pull it up again. Roll D20.
Ani just says, geez Louise.
Understatement of the century.
As a muscular gold painted man pulls out Bonnie's chair for you, you say, geez Louise.
He goes, no, mine's blue. Anyway, insight. 14 plus. It is 23.
23. So one question, he doesn't give a crap about you all. He recognizes you.
Love.
But he is like, yeah. But you get the sense that like at one point he does kind of glance in your direction and then looks at your pack. And then looks back to Thalindra. He is mostly watching her to see like what she is doing in this moment.
And Josh, to recap some lore for my brain, Prince of Frost was fucking with the Leonin, and then Thalindra was supposedly helping the other side, right? Like we had some news about that, or there was something about her connection to this.
So the Prince of Frost was fucking with the Leonin, and he also fucked with the Centaurs. During the subversion, the Leonin were protected by Indira the Opal and her bubble, whereas the Centaurs were protected by Thalindra.
By Thalindra. Okay, that's what I thought. Okay, that's what I thought. Perfect. Thank you.
Yep. And so she sits down, and then the moment she sits down, she kind of makes a reference. You all can sit as well. And the moment everyone is seated, the first course arrives, and like 20 of those servant individuals appear and place a steaming warm pot or cup of soup in front of you with a beautiful like bread platters are set as well. And it's giving off this kind of aroma of pumpkin or some kind of warm spice, something to kind of heat the realm around you. The moment the soup is set in front of the Prince of Frost, his solidifies into a completely inedible block of ice.
No.
And Thalindra says, yes, our chef for this evening comes to us all the way from the Souvenirs Key area of Anavir and is focusing on the summer and early autumn season of vegetables. He does wonderful work. Now, please, everyone dig in, enjoy one another's company, and remember, until the hour strikes and the change occurs, there is no violence that must or may occur within our realm. But afterwards, all bets are off. And she turns to you, Andalus. So, how are you enjoying your time so far within my manor?
Me?
Or any of your friends?
He seems like super flustered by her. It's lovely. We're having a lovely time. I think all of us. I look to all of you like, don't embarrass me. The feeling again.
She kind of looks to each of you, and when she stops at Ravik for a moment, some more than others, I think. And then Prita walks in shortly after that, and there's a cushion next to Thalindra, and Prita curls up next to it. And Lucky, you can still see that she's holding this like ball of light in her hand, and the moment she lays down, she's analyzing it really closely.
Josh, where did Eunice sit?
Thalindra or the
Prita?
Prita?
Prita, that's my spell slot.
Yeah.
She's just playing with it.
Yeah. Like a cat with a mouth.
Yeah.
Eunice
is sitting to the left of the Prince of Frost.
Okay.
Well, I would hate to jump immediately to any kind of business, but what is it exactly that brings you into my domain other than the saving of your life? But you called for me for a reason, I imagine.
Well, it's kind of a private matter I was hoping we could discuss alone, preferentially.
Well, if...
maybe even me and... Yeah, just me is fine. Yeah.
Well, if you would like to jump immediately into conversation of bargains or deals, we, of course... And she makes a motion and you see a circle drawn above her head, and like this golden light lights above her and then falls over the 6 of you. The sound at the other end of the table kind of dies down.
Tell me he looks so salty at this.
The Prince of Frost.
Yeah.
He's been trying to get her attention the entire time, and every time Yuna keeps trying to talk to him instead, and he's mostly ignoring Yuna. She, when the bubble comes down, she looks across the table and she says, "You probably know better than most what it means to deal with Fae, as it is our role and job to provide a bridge between our realm and the others. But I do not find him a pleasant company."
Then we are agreed in that matter.
If we are to begin conversation around bargainings or deals, I would remind you that you are not a witch, and the business of deal making is different between you and I.
Yes. I will fully acclimate to any rules of your domain.
As just a reminder for you of the rules of witches.
I've been looking at it.
The moment business conversation begins, Andalus may not ask for help or assistance from anyone unless Andalus does it before.
Yep.
So before you start, would you like to call for a council?
Yes, I will.
Okay. So the members of your council, you can choose 3 of any of the following. You can choose any member of your domain's retinue or entourage, which there's only 3. You could call on your witch's familiar to be an advisor, which you are. I think you are certain who Baba Yaga's witch's familiar is. You may ask any member of another witch's entourage to be present as an advisor, or you could have 2 of your group act as any 2 of your advisors. That doesn't mean the others can't, like, for everybody else, if Lucky and Ravik are the 2 advisors that Andalus picks, Kieran and Bonnie can talk to Lucky and Ravik, but the moment they speak to Andalus, they're breaking the witch's code or the witch's law. So, like, you would have to filter the conversation through that way. Dottie is also assumed to be one of yours, but you get 3 plus Dottie. So, who would you like in your council?
You said I could ask Baba Yaga's familiar?
Yes.
I think I will call Baba Yaga's familiar.
Okay. So as you send out that call, a seam opens behind you, and suddenly a house with chicken legs appears in the chamber and lands.
You know what? Maybe it's not more chaos to this whole fucking
and
ordeal.
Thalindra just looks at it and then goes, "She is such a strange witch, your master." And the other 2 members of your council?
Wait, it's just the fucking house. Fuck my fucking life. Oh no, John! It was just the fucking house. I'm gonna cry.
Hey, the house may have good advice. You know, stand up if you think this is a good idea.
No.
Oh my god, this is so tragic for me.
What, Josh? What's the name of?
I'll take Lucky.
Okay.
Hold on, I'm doing some big brain things right now. This is like crazy. I'll take Lucky because we need celestial magic involvement. And then you said we could do 2.
Yeah, so you can either choose another member of Baba Yaga's domain or retinue. You may choose another witch who's not present's entourage or retinue, or you may choose another member of your group who's bonded to you.
I think I'll take another of Baba Yaga's retinue. I don't know how much help her house is gonna be.
So your other options are a
Displacer
displacer beast, a shambling mound.
Why did I do this to myself?
Back legal team you're putting together here.
I think you go with Ravik.
You could use
because
Ravik,
he's used to making deals.
He's used to making bad deals is the issue.
Right,
That
so
you're
you
not
need to his
understanding.
advice.
You need an angel and a devil on your shoulders. You need Ravik and Lucky.
So Josh, are those rules like cast iron, set in stone,
Yes.
or like?
Yes,
Yeah.
these are like this is
This
the
is like-
requirement.
This is like they invoked the rules of parlay, you
Yeah.
know? Pirates of the Caribbean.
I will let you know that if either Andalus or Thalindra feel like the rules have been broken in any way, then they have to take this to an outside entity. And one of the potential, like, there's only two potential outcomes of a challenge to the rules. Either we have to call a meeting of the whole coven, and now
Yeah.
all of the witches
It would be
arrive,
really bad.
or the outside entity kills you.
What's the name of?
No, Atwood, I'm trying to do some crazy shit right now. Could you let me
I have a suggestion.
What suggestion? But I have my own ideas. This is my
Okay, I
whole
was
thing.
gonna
I've been
s-
building this up to.
I was going to suggest Thalindra's student.
No, I don't think she can.
Yeah, it has to be a member
No,
of
it
another
has to be
retinue
a
who's not
retinue.
present.
Retinue
Yeah.
is different.
Yeah, it has to be a member of a retinue who's
and
not present.
Retinue is not an apprentice.
It could be one of the
I
other witches' covens.
I was thinking about, Josh, I was thinking about doing the retinue of Elisande because she's the witch of the grove, and since this is like a
Yes.
seed and a flourishing fauna situation, I'm kind of
Yeah.
thinking that might be good.
Okay, so you can call on her familiar or a member of her retinue.
Okay, I'll call the familiar thing really fucked me, so I'll call on a member of her retinue.
Okay, so as you call out, another portal opens up behind, right next to the house, and this wolf steps through, but it is a human like form, probably 5.5, 6 feet tall, a wolf, standing on its back legs, but wearing like a cloak with a hood over its head. And it kind of steps through. Well, I did not expect to be called by a member of your house, Yaga.
Hello, I'm very grateful that you answered the call. Thank you so much.
Well, my name is Lune. I am a member of the Children of the Moon in service of Elisandra.
Your advice will be very helpful to me.
At that moment, also, the house, like, turns over on its chicken legs and then squats down behind you. And, like, the front window is just looking you in the eye.
I feel like you're trying to tell me something. I don't really know what it is.
You hear in your head, "You found a loophole, kid."
Mhm.
As
Oh, so you can communicate to me through the house.
yeah, Baba Yaga
Like this-
can communicate
Yes,
through her
yes.
house. Yeah.
Yes, you can.
If it had been a familiar that had the gift of speech, you wouldn't have been able to do this.
Wait, that's so sick. Okay, that's so funny. Ugh.
Thalindra leans back and she looks to Ravik, Kieran, and Bonnie. To protect yourselves, any conversation or suggestions or ideas that you have, you must speak those to Lucky, not to Andalusite. And of course, we will take a break after each course during the bargaining. And if you would like to stretch your legs or have a deeper conversation about anything with which we discuss, please do so at any time. The moment you decide to talk amongst yourselves, I will recuse myself from the bubble of conversation. I probably should at some point give some attention to the prince over there. He has come to my door, I think, expecting kindness or perhaps a way to thaw his heart. I do not believe that love will be returned. Well, Andalusite, what is it exactly that you would like?
We have acquired both the pieces of the world seed and we seek to join them.
Ah, powerful magical artifact. Would you put them on the table, please?
I would not like him to see that we have these.
She looks down the table at him, and Yuna is talking to him, and he is staring at her. I believe he already knows.
Yeah.
I lean into Duelisite and go, he already knows.
No, I hate him. Okay, anyway, you shouldn't say that in arbitration. Oh, right. Okay.
Why is it that you hate him, Andalus?
He, well, he just seems kind of, rude. Well, we had, you know, an encounter with him.
Can I lean into Duelisite and go, Am I on to like message you right now? Is that like okay to talk to you like one-on-one?
You are allowed to
This was like
have a private conversation as much as you like. The only spell casting you are allowed would be messaging, I assume.
Okay, thank you so much, Thalindra.
Yep.
Just
Of course.
I'm gonna follow the rules. I message you and I go, Is it the worst thing in the world to offer her that information?
Well, she has some kind of. She seems to like the centaurs in some way. I think she won't like that he's been fucking with them. It might be a good way to turn her against them. And then, and also she knows some of this because Prita did see us while we were there, so she does know some of what was happening already.
That was Prita. Right.
It was Prita. Yeah, that's why I freaked out.
Prita. Yes.
So she has been kind of tracking me as I was going through that anyway. So.
Okay.
So let's lay our cards on the table.
Ravik, Kieran, or
Which
Bonnie
one
make perception
card?
checks while this is going on.
Maybe just say that, you know, she's probably aware of some of it, but we've seen and found out quite a bit about
22.
what he's been up to.
Ooh, 15.
What? What? That would... Something
muted.
happened to your... You're muted?
-3.
Oh wow! Can we get her some kind of restoration drink? We got some soup. We got some really good soup in this establishment.
Lord. So as Lucky and Andalus, you can tell that they're having a private conversation. At some point, Kieran, you would be the only one that beats the deception check for Prita. At some point in their conversation, you see Prita look up and look directly at Lucky. And is just watching Lucky closely. Almost as if Prita heard her name.
Oh, right. Holding my magic right now.
I tap Lucky on the shoulder and whisper, I think the cat can hear you.
Look at Prita.
Prita just holds the paw of magic and just kind of tosses it back and forth in her paw and then puts it back down.
Can I just leave for? Can I just go? Prita, would you do you mind putting that down for the sake of arbitration right now, and then you absolutely, you know, do with that as you please. When this is wrapped?
Would be more than happy to put the spell down. It would potentially damage the deal that we made. As you said, I may hold on to it.
Okay,
However,
yeah.
I would be happy
No.
to listen to your conversation and not report to Thalindra for another boon.
I lean down to this cat. What do you want?
Prita just kind of, she kind of looks in your agreement. Convince Thalindra that it is time that Yuna get a familiar of her.
Are you lonely? Do you want a friend? Is that what it's about?
She kind of leans back. I do not know the meaning of loneliness. I am always tethered to another. No. Thalindra has been a witch for far too long. It is time for her to retire, and she cannot properly train her successor until she has a familiar of her own.
Okay. Do you understand that that's not really going to come up naturally in arbitration? It's
No.
going to sound a little forced.
That is fine. And she holds the... But what you get from this is just because Prita can hear you doesn't mean Prita is telling Thalindra what she's hearing.
Yeah.
And I love that. And I love that for this cat that I've befriended.
I like how you're saying cat, and it's truly a lion.
Truly a mountain lion.
And that is not the energy that she's giving off. It's giving giant cat. If you're the one.
Josh, while they're having their conversation, can I see if I can talk to Baba more?
Yeah, sure. You're allowed to talk to your retinue. Mm-hmm.
I'm like, what do you think about me telling Thalindra more about the Prince of Frost?
Well, I mean, witches' jobs are to deal with the Fae. And the Fae come in all kinds of shapes and sizes. If I knew that there was a dangerous Fae here near our home, I would find a way to talk to them and get them to leave us alone. Maybe send them off to someplace else, perhaps, but I don't think that they're on opposite sides of the issue. What you need to find is what Thalindra wants, and maybe come to the same purposes there.
Okay, I can do this. I look to Lucky and I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. You ready?
I wish I didn't know what I was talking about. I'm ready.
Okay, we turn back to Thalindra.
Thalindra's bubble expands again to include her. Yes.
We were assisting the Leonin, where they had an issue, where their children were being kidnapped.
Yes, Prita told me this. Mm-hmm.
Yes, so it escalated and we ended up fighting with the Prince of Frost. So Prita probably told you all of our dealings already with him.
Yes.
Okay. And then we've acquired both halves of the World Seed, and we wish to join them.
Ah, and you do not have the power or strength to do that on your own.
Yes, it backfired, which is why I called for help. Thank you for that.
I think George will say, it's not that we don't have the power. If we wanted to go back to get Baba Yaga to do it, we could. We just it's a time thing.
I look at you in the sense, I'm like, you could try to spin it that way. I'm not gonna lie.
No.
I'm like, I think it was kind of implied that like Thalindra needs to do it for us. So I'm like,
all right.
Yeah.
I let you have it.
Yeah.
She says, yes, something like the World Seed. A pre-divine object cannot be repaired by the divine alone, which is why you need the powers of a witch. A powerful one. I'm sorry that you are not presently there yet, Andalusite, in your power growth, but I'm sure you will get there one day, when you share a seat alongside me on the coven.
Yes.
I elbow Andalusite, and I want to just kind of acknowledge Yuna for a second. And then we'll look at Andalusite meaningfully. And hope you
did you tell me you need me to like be hinting at this? Like in our private.
Yeah, let's say at this point because I don't want to retro.
I don't question it. I'm so mad, but I'll continue. And I'm like, yes. Well, hopefully, me and your apprentice will be sitting side by side together. She's lovely, so.
Yes, she is quite lovely, but not ready for the type of responsibility that it requires, especially with the changes to the coven more recently. Some of us were ready to move on or retire or pass the torch to the next generation of witches, but a certain arrival of a powerful hag has thrown the coven into somewhat of a chaos.
Sorry, you meant witch.
Is she now?
That's what I'm saying to you.
Well, yes, I would be more than happy to repair the world seed. It cannot be joined by the one gifted of the magic of the 9, since it was not created by the 9. I apologize, Lucky. You may have been the reason why the original spell did not take hold.
It needs to be before that.
And the witches have been here long before.
Right. So if you were to do this for us, what would it be that you would want?
The crux of the matter, isn't it? And at that moment, there's a dinging bell, and suddenly the 20 waiters appear, and the soup trays are removed, and a second course is put before you. A warm salad, not a warm salad, a large salad with like some kind of like gorgonzola type cheese, like candied walnuts, fresh summer pears, and chopped butternut squash, with some kind of beautiful warm like bacon grease vinaigrette poured over the top of it. And she says, well, second course, it is time to take a breather in our conversations here, Andalus. And the bubble fades. Yes, enjoy our second course. Please meander and converse with one another, talk freely. I am sorry that the banquet has dissolved into business, but as it always is with witches, business is our world and our time. Yes, and she stands up for a moment and kind of walks towards one of the drink players as the Prince of Frost stands immediately and walks to her, leaving you four alone without Thalindra present, although Prita is sitting there bouncing the magical spell on the ground.
So now we're paused from arbitration so they can talk to me again?
Yeah, okay. They can talk to you.
Hey guys.
It's at this point that I will let everybody know that while Bonnie lived in a house with the family, she was raised by barbarians, and as such is probably woefully lacking in terms of what's a salad fork, a dessert fork, which glass to use, et cetera, et cetera. Like it's been a spectacle for her to
and everything you're eating, I'm just sliding my food over to you. I don't eat, so
Kieran is just subtly handing a fork to Bonnie when they reach for stuff.
Bonnie's holding it like with the fist. Like,
there's only so much one can do, but at least she's holding the right fork. Stab, 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 stab.
So what ground have we made with the world seed?
Well, how about what deal do you have with the fucking retinue?
Oh, that's just to make sure I don't get mauled and murdered by the time dinner's over. That's nothing that important.
Too.
Well, we all got our different missions, and mine led me to bedding a kitsune. It happens.
Enigma kind of crawls up onto your shoulder. Ravik, I think that there's a time to lean on your friends, and there's a time to keep things to yourself. You are in grave danger here.
Oh, I've one crisis at a time. I'm trying to prioritize here, Enigma.
Look, it's fine. We can.
There's nothing I can contribute to this conversation.
No.
Well, he's in this big trouble world needs you later, so make sure your swords are ready.
Always.
Lucky, what's up with the apprentice thing?
I'm the Prince of Frost and Yuna still.
No, so the Prince of when Thalindra walked over to talk to one of the waiters, probably about drinks or something or whatever, the Prince of Frost immediately approached her, and now they are
Sure.
off the table having a conversation. So Yuna is currently available for conversation. She's just at the other end of the table.
Okay, then I'm not. And then I was trying to lean into Angela say like, we don't want her to like retire soon. So, and she's I guess blocking Yuna from growing and all, so blocking her from getting a familiar.
Yes, probably when it's complicated, but when Baba Yaga took the seat, not everyone was happy about it, is what I've gathered. So.
Why is there a house here?
Behind you, the house shifts.
What is that? Oh, this is my master's incredible familiar.
It's dancing on its chicken legs.
Yay!
Your superior has an apprentice as a house.
No, I am the apprentice. That's their familiar.
The house kind of rocks in like a nodding form.
Now, Dottie, please don't take this the wrong way, but I sense there's a chicken leitmotif going on here. Are all the other advisors chickens?
Oh no, there's a cat, and then there is a mound of moss, and then there's a big spider lady too.
Oh well, that's terrifying.
Yeah, the other two, they just, I didn't know if they were gonna be fully working cute.
The spider lady has said many times that she wanted to eat Andalus, but is not certain that she could eat Andalus because Andalus is an automaton, but she wanted to try.
I thought that was like a fun inside joke between the two of us that we had. She like said it and seemed so genuine, and I was like, ha, so funny every single time you say it.
Yeah, okay.
And also I asked one of the other witches retinue here, so I should probably go talk to them.
The Lune is standing at the, she's been standing behind you, like you've yet to ask for her assistance, but she's kind of looking at the house and like checking the legs of the house. But she's a werewolf, as near as you can tell. But so she's cool. Just standing there, in a cloak. And now that you're getting a better look at her, her cloak is kind of draped over her shoulders. Her lower half is mostly exposed with the fur and the kind of the digitigrade legs. And then but her cloak is heavy moon symbolism.
Yeah.
And she said she was a member of the Children of the Moon, which is a group that you all have heard about. Yeah.
You said that, and I was like, interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
You picked Elisande, and that is literally yeah.
Didn't even realize. It's very funny.
Yeah.
Lune, do you have any advice to give us about arbitrating for the World Seed rejoining, or?
Oh, child. Thalindra is amenable, but she looks up. I feel like you would like to finish this arbitration before midnight.
Or dessert, yes.
Yes.
We are trying to get it.
As someone who understands the nature of dual personalities, I think that you may find that hers bears a lot more claws than even mine does.
Right, I'm getting that.
What she wants has nothing to do with the Prince of Frost. I would leave him out of your conversation. She does not hold ill will towards him. Most of the witches do not as well. They do not fear what he would like to bring about.
Witches?
The witches were here before the 9. Who else was here before the 9?
The primals.
But I feel like your master, throws a wrench into the Coven's plans as far as it comes to the primordials. So I would leave them off the table, lest that bring your master into the conversation.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate that.
But there is something that stands before the primordials' arrival in Highwall, and it is not only the Indira the Opal, it is also another. Thalindra must tell you her source of concern.
Okay, well that's great. We can keep things on track with that. Thank you. You're very, very to the point.
Well, it is my job to be of advice to you, and I will give you as much advice as I can that does not harm my mistress. And nothing in this guilt house could possibly harm the Witch of the Wilds.
I figured it being the World Seed, bringing prosperity back to the lands would be in both of our interest.
I think you will find Elisande at fine purposes along with you and your kin, as long as they stay out of her groves.
Definitely. Thank you. Okay. I look to the others and I'm like, are we trying to gain favor with anyone else? Trying to get some more coins?
Oh yeah, I'm working.
Meg.
Ravik, not you. Ravik, literally
I'm probably
anyone
the best
but
one
you.
Working these people here.
Literally anyone but you, Ravik.
Hey, I'm willing to take the dive.
You've already dived. You're to Dovin.
You've done.
You dove into the shallow end quite dramatically.
You want?
Oh,
me to
I think
toss you a
Ravik's in the deep
shovel,
end.
Ravik?
I think Ravik is in the very deep, scary end.
2 seats down from you, Ryoshi finally looks over. It's a pleasure, Kieran, for someone to recognize the depth of what I might offer.
And I'll say, while they're doing their arbitration, I'm having like a telepathic conversation with Ryoshi.
Oh.
And
Ryoshi talks to another man and he's like, wait a minute. Hold on.
No. Really just sort of fishing for information. And while they're in the love, mode of whatever this is, with the heart and the dagger, trying to sort of curry favor and just like showering with compliments, but also without asking questions, I'm making statements that are sort of like assumptions and then leaving space for information to be filled in. So how the retinues connect or communicate with each other, what they think about the retinue that Albahar might be connected to, those types of things.
So how would you go about doing that with them?
I'm making like observations about what's going on around me. Like, oh, you all are very well organized. I would assume this is true of all the retinues that the witches would join up with.
At this moment, when you're out of the bubble, Ryoshi kind of turns to you and just says out loud, "You think that this is organized?"
Everyone seems to have their place and play their roles.
Well,
seems pretty organized to me.
When you have the favor of a witch, you find where you fit into the domain that they possess. Unlike some witches who have a lack of clarity when it comes to the domains that they oversee, the Heart and the Dagger is quite clear. We are allowed to love wildly if we are also free to hate evenly.
That must be true of all of the different factions of witches.
I think every witch behaves differently and has different requirements. Isn't that right, Andesite?
Yeah, they were all very different.
Sometimes you get to hang out in a mansion surrounded by beautiful people. And sometimes you sleep under the trees with a flea-bitten cat.
Hey, what do you mean flea-bitten? Nothing of the sort. I prefer to sit out there. It's quite nice.
I didn't know I mentioned anything in particular. Did I strike a nail?
No, you wouldn't have that. You certainly wouldn't have that perspective from your window here, now would you?
But no, all of the covens are quite different. And one day, when we all gather together in a meeting of the coven, if the Maven would ever decide to call one, you would be able to see that in person under the site, and perhaps the others as well here, if you are members of the retinue.
Well, maybe if something of importance enough to call for one would happen, then we would call for one.
I think the current state of the world might require the wisdom of witches, but together we are strong. United we are stronger.
I look at you, Ravik, with such judgment in my eyes. like this is the one you got with? Cool.
I can't worry about that right now. I'm on a mission. Well, it sounds like you all haven't gotten together in a long time. I assume there are probably lots of different factions of witches. It'd be pretty hard to get them all together.
It's really not that difficult. Once you call for it, from what I know.
There are 7. Do you 4 or 5 always agree when you are making decisions, or when one goes off on their own? Oh, yes.
No.
Well, you may find that witches are of similar vein. For instance, Thalindra does not often see eye to eye with those who care more about the natural world, as she has the care for the people that make the world live. But you may have a witch who cares more about the bubbling streams or the way the wind blows.
Like Looney and their master.
I've heard about the bubbling streams.
Like the wolf.
Yeah, I've heard about the bubbling streams. That one's an interesting one from what I know.
Ravik, if you have a question, you may ask it.
I think you've asked enough questions today.
Making conversation here. There's been no questions exchanged. You brought up the bubbling stream.
In your head, Ravik, you hear, do you think you are subtle?
I've never claimed to be subtle a day in my life.
What is it that you would want to know?
I'm making conversation, whatever you're willing to share. We wouldn't want this dinner to be dull, would we?
And then out loud where everybody can hear, you just hear, sometimes the most direct path is the one that is out in the open. Anyone need a drink?
Oh yeah, I'll get a drink at this point. It doesn't even do anything, but I'll go for it.
Ryoshi stands and walks to like one of the servants and grabs several glasses of wine off and delivers them back to all of you before going down the table to talk to Eros. You're still in Ryoshi's head, so you can tune in her thoughts if you like, Ravik, at any point.
Oh yeah, sure, absolutely, yeah.
The conversation between Thalindra and the Prince of Frost seems not overly like antagonistic, but at some point she turns and she says, it's almost time for this course to end, so return to business. And she turns away from him and sits down at the head of the table. The bubble reappears.
Wish me luck.
Okay. Before we begin, Ravik, Kieran, Bonnie, is there anything that you all need this evening?
Not at the moment.
Well,
Could Yuna guide them back to their rooms when in a timely fashion?
when the banquet is ended,
Yes.
that can be arranged.
Okay. I can arrange it with Yuna if that's your preference.
You are asking me for permission for my apprentice to do something for you. I believe that is an agreement between witches, is it not?
I will fall to whatever you would like me to do.
I would never deign to tell you to do something. I would go first to the Baba Yaga.
Yes.
But we can include that into our negotiations if you prefer.
Yes, please.
Well, let's add that to the table then.
Okay.
And like next to where you place the world seeds, this like parchment unrolls. And the first
Right,
item
just
on the
add it
top
there,
is like repair of the world seed. And then the second item beneath that is ensure safety at post banquet.
All right. Okay. So,
And the exact wording of that was have Yuna guide you back for safety.
have Yuna guide me and my companions and my entourage, all of us and our familiars, back to the safety of our quarters.
Yes. The safety of your quarters. Done. Period.
I don't like how she fucking said that at all.
You're
You're allowed.
Yeah.
We tried to do a say.
You're allowed to say something. You're arbitrating with me.
No. Lucky's not talking to this woman. Lucky is specifically only gonna talk to you. And Lucky just goes, I think she's implying. How safe are our quarters exactly?
I don't know. I don't know how any of this place works.
I will turn to Thalindra and go, and just because I don't know anything about how, being the overnight guest of a witch in her home would work, how safe are our quarters exactly?
Well, all of the sleeping chambers within the home have the same protections as the ballroom does during the daytime or during the daylight hours. So if you are safe in your quarters, then the hunt will not find you.
Yes, but the hunt is able to find you in your quarters if that were.
What was the last part? What was the last part you said?
If the hunt were on.
No, the hunt holds itself to the gardens, the hallways, the basement. If you are safe within your quarters, then the hunt will not enter. Or, sorry, clarification. And she looks around the room, and you realize that there's something that catches her eye that makes her change for clarification. Members of my retinue and entourage, as members of the hunt, would not find you there.
Something else might.
Am I able to tell what made her maybe add that last part back in?
Yeah, anybody in the conversation, anybody can make an insight check to see where she was with that.
Oh, let's just give it a shot. Let's see what happens.
Terrible.
You might get a natural 20, Bonnie.
Let's see if I even know this. Okay.
22.
22.
20.
8. I'm scared. I'm scared. I'm out of my element. I'm out of my depth.
25.
25. What'd you get, Bonnie?
Thank God other people are here. 14, I think?
14. Okay, lucky Kieran. Where she stops and then corrects. Kieran, you kind of look over and you see, and then Kieran, Lucky, you follow Kieran's eyes and you see where the Prince of Frost is making his way back to his table, or his seat at the table.
Yeah.
Because he's not a member.
Yeah.
He's not a member of her retinue or entourage. Mhm.
Yeah. Pretty cool.
We've been wanting to kill him anyways.
I tapped the earbud and I'm like, I don't necessarily want to add protection against him into the agreement too.
No. But if she's going to help us repair the world seed, maybe we can slip something in there about keeping it safe for one night before we can get the hell out of here.
Worth a shot. We would like to potentially adding your protection to the world seed for tonight as well.
Oh, I would be more than happy to protect this divine artifact. No agreement needed.
Yes. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Mhm.
Excellent. So what are you...
No, she agrees to that really fast, Josh. I'm worried.
Fine, not all of don't
No, I
overthink
don't
all of
like
it.
it.
You gotta go. You gotta go.
She agreed to
I know,
protect.
I know.
She agreed to protect the seed.
Yes.
I
she
know,
didn't
While
say-
it's in
fine.
our possession,
I don't care.
The seed will come to no harm.
while it's in our possession.
People around the seed, on the other
That's
hand.
fine.
That's
Our
fine.
guts will be
I don't
everywhere,
care about
and
that.
the world seed will stay perfectly intact. That's fine.
Like as a thing, it probably didn't. I mean, the damage has already been done. Like that
Yeah.
portal is open in the sense that like there's a portal to the plane of Earth open. Whether it maintains or not is whether or not the world seed can be closed. So like as far as she's concerned, like if the seed is repaired, it will end the portal. That's fine. But right now it's already done its job. Whether that means the Prince of Frost still wants it or not is up in the air.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
Okay, so
I see we have
Yes.
3 items on your side of this agreement, and we still not yet know what you are willing to offer in exchange. And some of these, I think you would agree, Andalosite, bear a hefty cost.
sure. And you seek perhaps to prevent something from happening.
You think
someone.
so?
I would be delighted to hear what you would like to dip the scales.
Well, there is only one thing in Highwall that I currently do not have the ability to fix myself. And it is because I am too close to planar magics to see all of the ways in which there are permutations or perforations within our realm and those beyond. You saw tonight a devil make itself plain within my home. That is happening everywhere in Highwall. And I would like to see that stop.
All right, that's something we would also be interested in.
Then, without any aid from myself, I would ask your group, with you as the signee of this agreement, Andalosite, to bring an end to the devil incursion here.
I look at Lucky with like eyes wide, like Jesus Christ, that's asking a lot. I will discuss with my council briefly.
Of course, she removes herself from the bubble.
Yep.
Sure, so she could give us any insight into why this is happening, where this is stemming from, any head start. 2 can't be a time limit on this, huh?
Yeah.
Or at least a really long one. It's gonna take time.
Yeah. Let me confer with my house. I look to the house.
You hear
So glad to be in good company.
you hear a voice coming through the house. No, cat, put that down. No, you cannot eat the bunny rabbits. Stop, drop it. Oh, wait, hold on. Andalosite, what do you need? What is it?
Baba, is she asking me an impossible task? Stop the devil incursions into
Stop.
Hyrule?
So, I mean, does she mean every devil incursion? That's a lot of devil incursions, I imagine. Or does she just mean, like, the main threat? Then that might be easier, because typically there's a devil leader. I'm quite concerned that she said devil incursion and not fiendish incursion. Does that mean she wants the demons to continue their incursions?
Well, less to fight if it's just one of them, right? I mean...
Well, Endelisite, I think that you have a friend among you who knows a little bit more about the planes of existence, that you could ask for help or assistance with this question, but devils and demons are not the same.
Exactly.
I knew that too. In case you were wondering.
And she's just particularly sore about this because the devil has made it into her abode here?
Perhaps, but if you are a deal maker, why would you want other deal makers around?
I see.
If you are an agent of chaos, what's a little more chaos?
Right. Makes sense. Okay. But you feel like those terms are fair, relatively?
I think, with a little information, she should be able to pinpoint the source of some of this. And clarify whether she means every devil or just the main issue.
Okay.
Because if it's every devil, I'm sorry, you cannot do that. There's no way.
Okay. I can do this and I can finish this deal before dessert. Thank you. And I heard it. I'm like, okay. All right, back into it.
As you wave her back in, she goes, "Oh, hold on 1 second." And a bell rings, and the soup plate or the salad plates are removed, and the main course is put in front of you, which is what you could imagine is probably like a whole roasted ostrich or something, a very large bird, roasted and put in front of the center of the table. And the waiters are going around cutting fresh slices for all of you and putting them on beautiful beds of wild rice and roasted vegetables. And then pouring this au jus gravy over the top of it for each of you. And Thalindra says, "Well, I would love to talk to any of you rather than the Prince of Frost. So, you, sir," and she holds out a hand to Kieran. "Will you walk to get a drink with me?"
No.
Absolutely.
Thank you all so much. And my quite
Offer my
parched.
arm.
Yes, she takes your arm. "So polite. Do they teach that where you're from?"
In my father's house, yes.
She guides Kieran away.
God, it's so fucking cool. What the fuck?
She turns to you. "So, you are quite unique."
In that I'm not from around these parts, yes.
"I don't think around these parts is a clean enough way to describe it, would you?"
I would.
Interesting.
It depends on your sense of scale.
What is it that brings you to Illyria?
Opportunity.
The kind that I might be a part of?
Possibly.
Interesting.
My father loved making deals, but I unfortunately cannot speak for him.
What kind of deals might your father be interested in?
All kinds. He doesn't seek to limit himself.
Is he married?
Yes.
Oh, how unfortunate. Is it lasting?
Yes, I'm afraid so. Contractual obligation and all.
Oh, so it's not a marriage of love, then?
I wouldn't think so, no.
Has he been known to take a mistress?
No, that would void the terms of the contract.
Dastardly. A devil must have written them.
That's one way to describe my father.
Oh, I like you. So, well, I can't needle my way into the family business the old-fashioned way, then. So, if I were to be interested in making a deal with your father, is there a way to contact him?
I am here for a period of time, at the end of which someone will be coming to pick me up, that we'll have an opportunity to speak directly with him.
Well, I would be in your debt, Kieran, if, in the event you survived that day, you make an introduction between me and your father, who's not from this plane of existence.
You would be in my debt?
Yes, if you can carry through. You'd have to live that long, though, wouldn't you?
That is the goal.
Well,
That seems fair terms.
nothing ventured, nothing gained. But I was not quite aware until Prida told me of your existence. Until she read your thoughts. That there was a wide world out of this one.
Oh, yes. Many more worlds than this one.
And I would like to
As
see
I said,
that.
I'm not from around here.
Well, perhaps then one day, Kieran, you can show me the sea.
Perhaps.
Something to drink.
Absolutely.
She kind of waves a hand and an empty glass appears in your hand. But the moment you touch it, whatever drink you desire fills it up.
Water.
She grabs a glass and you see that hers is also filled with water. And she toasts. They say never to toast like that, but who are we to
Clarity of
question?
thought.
Back at the table, while Kieran has Thalindra pulled away, anything that you all want to discuss before she comes back for the final bout, because after dinner is dessert.
Oh my god.
Is
don't know
Vigil
much.
okay? I've looked. Who's he been talking to? Is he okay?
Mitchell's just sitting there like next to Bonnie.
I don't
Yeah.
think he's allowed. I don't think he's been in the bubble.
No, Vigil's been out of the bubble because he's not technically part of Andal. He's not bonded to Andalus, which means that
Angelus,
only somebody who Andalus has
He's a
given
bad
a
boy.
charm to.
Girl, I don't know him.
Uh,
That's fine.
Vigil-
I'm just like he's probably having a bad. I know he's having a bad time. He's probably having a worse
so
time.
you haven't been able to hear most of the conversations that Vigil's been having because you've been in the bubble. He's been having a very animated conversation with Eros.
Oh. Oh.
But he sees you kind of looking in his direction, and he turns and he goes, "Is everything all right? Is the deal making going well?"
It's going. Yes, it's going well.
Oh, good. I'm Rovik.
Are you? No.
Sorry, Lucky Rovik. I'm concerned. This one, and he kind of makes a motion with his like salad or his fork as he's about to put something in his mouth. This one has been talking quite animatedly about what a half elf's heart might taste like, and I'm getting the impression that she is not talking theoretically. Is she talking about anything in particular?
Oh, she might want to murder me when they go into their little hate frenzy, but
Yeah, I think after dinner, if we're not fast enough, they're all gonna try to eat Rovik's heart.
Is there enough of it to go around, do you think?
oh, I've got a pretty big heart. That's for sure.
Yeah, but how many pieces are left, Ravik?
Thalindra's coming back.
Truly have my heart.
As at the Kieran and Thalindra kind of return, and Thalindra sits down at the head of the table, clearing the dinner for the final round of conversation. Dessert is served, and like beautiful, like piled candied fruits are put at the head of the table, and then
Ooh,
there is
profiteroles.
there's like a like whatever that opera cake is set there as well with creams and all kinds of things you can mix with the fruits, and she begins to kind of eat some of the dessert as the bubble reappears over all of you. Well.
Okay.
Anything before we finalize our agreement and do a sight?
Yes. So, what is the specific devil leader? And do you have more information for us to accomplish this?
Well, I know that if you were to destroy the foci of the incursion, it would end all but the minor incursions, which are mostly unstoppable anywhere within the realm, as there are always small tears here or there. As far as I can wager, before my vision was blocked by something, this is centered around Jade Fiel.
Okay, we will not destroy every devil for you, but we will stop the source of them incursioning.
Yes, if you can upset the balance of the blood war by ending the devil's tenure here, then we would have an agreement.
Okay, and I'm like checking my stopwatch. I'm like, and then for the safe passage agreement.
Yuna will make sure you are... Yuna will guide you to your chambers. We will find the safety of your chambers.
Okay, so that requires something else, though, right? You need...
I had not considered an additional request.
What? I look at Andrew and I go,
specifically to protect Ravik.
How important is Ravik to you?
I'm his best buddy.
Well, then very important.
He said that to me.
Then, Andulasite, why is your master here and also in the Feywild?
Deals cannot make you go against my master. I can't offer you that information.
That is true. Is it against your master to tell me this information?
I think that's a very leading question.
Well, let us say this then, Andulasite. It is more important to me that the devils are stopped than it is to you whether or not your friend Ravik dies. So therefore, the balance is higher on my end. And I need nothing else to ensure your protection within your chambers tonight.
Okay. Then I look to Lucky.
Just to help us on our way, is there anything else you would know to give us a leg up in getting in on these devils besides investigating Jaifiel?
Your special gifts will be coming great use. Remember that you have a way of seeking out those of fiendish origin. But be careful that if I were a devil in disguise, there are certain magical items that I could hold on my person that would hide my essence to you. You would maybe need your friend Ravik's ability to see the weaves of magic that are not divine in order to couple and assist your work in finding those who bear the fiendish marks.
All the more important that Ravik is there with us.
Yes, it is perhaps easier with him present, for certain.
Can I maybe add in one more thing? You mentioned earlier, you said I was too soul?
Andulasite. That is something I will give you for free if you can bring me the proof of the devil's demise.
And then the one last thing that we should probably add in is
Is what?
He elbow you and look at Yuna. Is that Prince not in there? We didn't get the Yuna thing in.
I'm not making it a fucking deal. I don't care. I'm like, do you want to put it in the thing?
The mountain lion really wanted that one. From me.
My companion is acting awkward because Yuna disclosed to us perhaps that she was a little envious that I had a familiar already.
Yuna, you believe, is ready for the trial of familiar?
Well, don't you think if Baba Yaga's apprentices, yours should be as well?
Well, if you return with proof of the devil's demise, then the payment for an agreement for Yuna will be that the 5 of you must take her on that excursion into the Feywild.
All right, add on the babysitting, and we have a deal.
Okay, so that is added, and she reaches out, and a quill appears in her hand, and she signs the agreement, and then hands the quill to you.
Yep, and I sign Andulicite Yaga.
And immediately the entire parchment rolls up and binds in gold and then splits in half. And then you get a half and she takes a half. And she lifts up a hand and a chest appears in thin air. She drops the parchment in. Well, devils destroyed and apprentice guided. And I will repair the world seed when you return. And I will make certain that Yuna guides you safely to your homes. Sorry, that Yuna guides you to the safety of your quarters this evening. But I believe it is almost, and then you hear the ding of the bell as suddenly, like, she sits back and the bubble disappears. And you all watch as, like, the skylight, like, hits the midnight point. And suddenly there's this like aura or glow that begins to follow around her. And Thalindra's hair goes kind of ashen, then black, like a fire dying and turning to ash. Her gown begins to shift and change from ruby to a deep black. She begins to grow fangs. Her skin begins to go pale.
Oh, we didn't protect from her. Fuck.
Time to go. Time to go.
You all, like, at the moment Kieran says that, you all get up to go.
I realized we didn't include her in the agreement.
And Yuna,
Fuck my life.
and Yuna says, okay, we gotta go. And you can all see that around her, as this aura begins to expand from her, you watch as, like, first Ryoshi, who is closest to you all, like, bends over and suddenly, like, begins to grow in size as her muscles begin to bulge and her claws begin to grow and her fangs begin to descend. She no longer stands on her hind legs, but is on all fours, like, with her massive 9 tails splaying out behind her. You watch as the naiads and dryads all begin to transform into much more aggressive forms of themselves. And as that aura hits the walls and the paintings, you see the statues turn into statues of someone killing someone else. You see paintings of murder and revenge and betrayals and death. You see the sky itself is switching from that vibrant, warm, nightly hue of a summer place as giant snowflakes begin to fall outside the chamber as you guys are running out of the ballroom, and the aura of hate is beginning to spread through the chambers. You are being led by Yuna, which means you will not have to make survival checks to return to your chambers. But you will have to move quickly because you have 10 minutes until Thalindra changes and 5 minutes before her retinue is released for the nightly hunt. And that's what we'll pick up next week.
Oh my god.
I will say, like, as you were describing the chamber changing, I was like, there's a small old part of Bonnie that likes this just a little bit.
Oh, if Bonnie was part of, like, if old Bonnie was part of a retinue, this would be the retinue Bonnie was part of.
Yup.
All right.
Yeah.
My wife's here.
Well,
so I'm gonna go
Oh my
with her.
god!
My wife.
Bye.